I'm so sorry I haven't written in a while.
Oh my fucking god. Bruh, I just glazed Cinderella. I take it all back. I take it all back. Bruh, I told y'all I would be back for part 2. I was not lying to you, but I don't even want to talk no more, bro. Let's get into this shit.
Finally! A letter arrived one morning. My hands were trembling so much, I almost ripped the letter trying to open the envelope.
Dear Drizella, my delegation has been extended and my duties have grown. I'm far too busy now to keep up with our correspondence. I hope you understand and
Look at his eyes, bro. He is tired. He is stressed.
wish you well. Prince Henry.
I read it 3 times, as if expecting other words to magically appear the more I stared at the paper. But that was it. Just this cold, impersonal letter after all these months. I told myself that he was really busy with big, important things. It had been almost a year since he left, and people can change. It's not like he ever said he loved me or promised me anything.
Okay, but why is she crying? He literally just said he's been busy. Like,
And of course,
he's swamped. He's swamped. There's no reason to cry. You will be okay.
there was nothing left to do now but move on with dignity and grace. I found great comfort in pastries and gained a lot of weight. I considered becoming a nun, but decided against it since nuns aren't allowed to curse. I went to the village witch and said a friend was asking about ways to hex a prince. I started writing a vicious breakup letter to Henry. Then,
Bro, you're doing entirely too much. He has a kingdom. He's a prince, bro. Like, he's gonna have responsibilities.
realized you can't break up with someone you were never technically with, so I ate more pastries. Then, I started running at dawn, lost all the weight, and used Cinderella's stupidly good skin and hair stuff so he'd choke on his regret the next time he laid eyes on me. But no matter what I did, it didn't dull the ache of missing someone who didn't miss me back anymore.
Oh, well, okay, look. I'm sure he does miss you. I'm sure of it. He's just busy. Write him again. Like,
It had been months since that last letter, and I had picked myself up and moved on. So I wasn't expecting my stomach to lurch when an official invitation arrived from the palace, announcing a grand ball in honor of the prince's return. Great.
okay. We're going somewhere. Thank God. Okay.
Other people could honor him. I wasn't going. Besides, Anastasia was terrified of dancing, and Mother wouldn't be up for it either. Over the past few months, she'd grown very weak and was always tired.
Oh no. No, wait a minute.
I'd asked a couple of doctors to examine her, but they had no answers. Cinderella had been on top of her care, of course, always fluffing her pillows, rubbing her feet, making her special herbal tea.
Okay, look, bro. You shouldn't be mad at Cinderella right now, okay? You're too busy fawning over some prince that you barely know. Your mother is sick. She's taking care of her for you. Yeah, she's done some stuff. If you have not seen part 1, bro, part 1 will be like up here somewhere, right? Or just like over here in the little right corner, maybe, you know? But you don't, come on. Like, cut Cinderella some slack right now.
And the thought had crossed my mind more than once. What exactly was she putting in those concoctions? I didn't think she was beyond slowly poisoning a woman for her inheritance. I'd thrown the invitation in the trash. But sometime later, Cinderella came into the living room, clutching it to her chest.
You're invited to a royal ball. Can you...
Oh my god. Okay, Cinderella, maybe I might be giving you too much credit.
believe it? Oh, I've never been to a proper ball or worn a ball gown, and I've never seen the palace. I know I'm not invited, but maybe I could go, if you could take me with you?
Yeah, no, we're not going. Royal balls are dull.
Take our invitation and go, love. I'll arrange a carriage for you. You deserve to have some fun.
Yeah, there was no bibbidi-bobbidi-boo. Just my own mother handing Cinderella one of her finest gowns, a string of expensive pearls, and some money to buy shoes. Because naturally, Cinderella's feet were impossibly tiny and delicate, and she couldn't borrow shoes from us ogres. And off went Cinderella, looking like a vision. Since she was finally out of the house for a few hours, there was no way I wasn't going to snoop through her room, which was, as I suspected, disgustingly perfect. Not a speck of dust, and everything was arranged with military precision. Psychopath. I rifled through her drawers, opened her wardrobe, peered under the bed. I didn't find some secret stash of poisons or a diary confessing to slow murder. I wasn't even sure what I was looking for, and I was beginning to feel stupid. I turned to leave when suddenly, my elbow bumped into a picture frame on her vanity, knocking it to the floor. I cursed under my breath as I picked it up. Luckily, nothing was broken, and the picture had just come out. As I was placing it back in, something slipped out. A folded piece of paper tucked away carefully. And when I opened it, I recognized the handwriting instantly. I would have known it anywhere.
Dearest Drizella, I'm so sorry I haven't written in a while.
Oh my fucking god. Bruh, I just glazed Cinderella. I take it all back. I take it all back.
A sudden, strange illness gripped me and I was too sick to be moved or even lift my head. The royal court kept quiet to avoid panic, and it took me months to recover. Even now, the physicians say the worst is not over. I'm healthy otherwise, but my vision has been compromised permanently. They expect it will continue to worsen until I lose it entirely, perhaps within a few months or a year. Before that happens, before I lose my ability to pen down words myself, I need to tell you that I'm in love with you.
Damn. Bruh, go to the ball. Go to the ball. Go right now, please.
I'm not the man you deserve, but if you could ever imagine a future with me, one where I will not have my sight, but you will have all my heart, I would ask you to marry me. Yours always, Just Henry.
I read it again and again and again. My knees gave out and I sank to the floor. He had loved me. He had wanted to marry me. He had needed me when he had gotten such terrible news, and I'd never even known. I'd spent all this time thinking he'd forgotten me so easily, but it wasn't true. None of it was true. But Cinderella had known. How had she gotten this letter? Had she stolen it before it reached me? Did she intercept others too? Did Henry get mine? A broken sound escaped my throat. I wasn't...
Okay, bro, we need to stop crying and get to the fucking ball. We need to get up.
Crazy or paranoid? I'd been right about her all along. Suddenly, the sound of the front door opening snapped me back to reality. Cinderella had returned from the ball. I rose to my feet, pure rage surging through my veins. She'd taken everything from me, but this time, she wasn't getting away with it. I ran downstairs and found Cinderella by the fireplace, humming softly, and I lunged towards her and grabbed her hair.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
I shoved the letter in her face. Why do you have this? What did you do? What did you say to him? Her blue eyes went wide. Then slowly, she smiled. And before I could react, she grabbed the letter from me and flung it into the fire.
What letter?
I saw red as I screamed and tried to yank her hair from her skull. She managed to pull away from me, but I grabbed her dress, tearing away the silk. She shoved me, and I stumbled back as I ripped the pearls from her throat. Mother and Anastasia came running in at the noise.
What is happening?
She's attacking me! She's gone mad!
Get her out of here. I swear, I will kill her if you don't. You don't know what she's done. She stole him from me.
What? Who are you talking about?
Henry, the crown prince. We were in love. He wanted to marry me. Mother and Anastasia just stared at me like I was speaking a foreign language.
She's crazy and jealous. She's always hated me.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Rosella, you've lost your mind and you're scaring us.
No, I'm not crazy. I'll prove it. I tore up the stairs, running to my room. I flung open the chest under my bed where I'd kept all our letters. They were gone. All of them.
No.
I stumbled back down the stairs, half mad with grief and rage. I charged at Cinderella again, but Mother blocked my path and shielded her.
You will not come near her again. You hear me? Enough.
Get your dick riding ass, sick ass away, bro. Just. I was not expecting to be upset.
I couldn't breathe. I bolted from the house and ran out into the cold. I stumbled into the barn and sank onto the dirt floor, sobbing until my whole body hurt. I didn't know how much time had passed, but eventually the door creaked open and Anastasia walked in softly, kneeling beside me.
If you say you talked to the prince, if you say you loved him, I believe you.
You do?
I knew you were hurting this past year. I mean, I know what eating your feelings looks like. But you just shut me out. I wish you hadn't.
I leaned into her, the way we used to when we were little girls, feeling scared of thunder, and she pulled me into a warm hug. Thank you. I didn't sleep a wink that night. Henry's letter replaying itself over and over in my mind. Tomorrow, I was going to the palace. I didn't have a plan or some speech prepared. I just knew I had to see him, and I wasn't coming back home without doing it. It was soon after dawn that I prepared my horse to leave, when a servant handed over a letter.
Important news! By decree of His Majesty, members of the royal family will be visiting each household in this town today.
What? Why would the royal family be doing that? Would Henry be among them? I didn't know what was going on, but I had to stay back for the visit.
Wait, bro, the slipper. The slipper. Cinderella's slipper.
Cinderella was probably still holed up in Mother's room, which was good for her, because if I saw her face, I would tear her apart. I paced around impatiently, looking out the window for any signs of the royal delegation approaching. I thought I'd get a better view from the attic, so I ran up. And as I stood there, with my face pressed to the window, suddenly, the hair on the back of my neck stood up. I turned, and Cinderella was standing in the doorway, her eyes
Oh.
gleaming. Before I could run towards her, she slammed the door shut, and I heard the lock click. Let me out! You crazy witch!
Oh my god, jump out the window. Jump out the window. This is our only chance.
Me out! And when I saw the royal delegation arrive at our house, I felt manic. I kicked and banged and screamed until my throat was raw. But no one heard me. Why was the royal family here? What was Cinderella doing? Finally, I heard someone running up the stairs, and the door burst open.
The prince, he's here. He's here. And he just asked Cinderella to marry him.
The words punched the air out of my lungs.
You have to go. You have to stop him. Hurry.
Just as the royal delegation was preparing to leave, and there he was. Henry was standing beside Cinderella, his hand cradling hers gently.
I'm about to get mad at Henry, bro. Cause what the fuck? No.
As he bent to kiss her fingers. Henry, no! You can't marry her! You don't know who she is! Everyone froze, including him. He slowly turned to me.
Oh, damn. Damn, it's that bad? Damn. We going through.
Squinting his eyes hard. And then his face hardened to stone.
I told you she would never let me escape.
Henry, whatever she's told you, it's all lies.
Address me properly, miss. It's Crown Prince Henry.
Man, fuck him. Fuck Henry. Fuck Henry.
Okay, Crown Prince Henry, you cannot marry that two-faced witch. A ripple of murmurs went through the small crowd gathering around us.
I need a moment alone with her.
He led me forcefully into the stables away from everyone and slammed the door behind us.
You are the biggest liar I've ever met. All the time you whined about your perfect stepsister replacing you, when it was just a poor, abandoned girl that you and your family made your slave?
I felt like he'd slapped me in the face.
She didn't even dare tell me her name yesterday at the ball. She said she sneaked away because she wasn't allowed to exist freely, not even for a night. Then she ran away before I could even ask who she was. All I had was her slipper she left behind by accident. And then imagine looking for her and finding that you're the villain in her story.
Henry, she's a manipulative psychopath. She stole my letters. She stole yours. I didn't even know you were sick or losing your sight.
Stop lying. It was your handwriting on the letter I got, where you told me you couldn't be with me because of my illness, where you said it would be better to end things before they really even...
Oh my god. Bro, I'm about to cry, bro. I'm about to lose it.
began.
I never wrote that letter. She faked it. I think she always knew about us right from the start.
Are you really so twisted that you think she...
Bro, how you gonna believe a fucking stranger against the girl that you like?
plotted all this? So according to you, she intercepted our letters, forged your handwriting, and had been spying on us all along just to ruin things between us one day?
I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. For a second, a shadow of doubt crossed his face, and I thought he might believe me. But then, his jaw tightened.
No, you didn't want me. And now you just don't want her to have me either.
My heart felt like it would explode. You met her last night. How can you marry someone you don't even know?
As if time is a guarantee of anything. I knew you for much longer, but it turns out I didn't know you at all. She knows about my ailment, and she accepted me as I am. And even though I've lost most of my sight now, when I look at her, she glows like an angel.
I'm tired.
She's kind and beautiful and good. I know she will save me, and I will save her from you.
As he started walking away, I felt something break inside me, like a monster being unleashed. Maybe it's a blessing you're going blind, Henry. I hope it happens faster for your sake. It's better if you're spared from seeing the snake you're marrying, or the fool you've become. And I wouldn't have married you anyway. A blind fool is no prince, only a burden.
Mind your tongue when speaking to your prince. And if you ever cross my path again, I will have you exiled.
I walked out after him and watched from a distance as he took Cinderella's hand, lifted her into the royal carriage, and rode away.
Man, fuck Henry. Just let him go. Let him go. Cinderella's out. Let him go.
Taking every dream I'd ever dared to have with him. What was it that Henry had called me? Ah, yes, the villain in Cinderella's story. And that she would save him, and he would save her from me. Yes, her beauty was so bright, it even enchanted an almost blind man. It made everyone else look ugly. I calmly stepped over to the oil lamp and knocked it over. Then I stood back and watched as the flames ran up the curtains, licked up the walls, ate up her belongings, gobbled up all her lies. The whole room blazed, and it felt good. The fire spread faster than I'd expected. The house was old, and the walls were bone dry. By the time the servants managed to put it out, half the estate was gone. Mother, heartbroken and sickly, packed up what little we had left and moved in with some distant relatives. Anastasia went with her. And me? Well, I was declared unwell, hysterical, and quite dangerous. I was locked up in a sanatorium, just a fancy word for a prison with prettier walls. Anastasia tried to visit me regularly the first few years, bringing me sweet treats and books, but over time, the visits got fewer, and eventually, they stopped altogether. And so, here I stayed, my name forgotten, just one half of the ugly stepsisters duo. The real question is, did Cinderella get her famous happy ending? Honestly, I don't know. The Crown Prince had a relapse of his disease a few years later, and this time, he did not survive it. I'm sure Cinderella wore black for a while and looked stunningly tragic, but I doubt she really mourned him, because I don't think she was capable of loving anything or anyone. But who knows? Maybe she lived happily ever after anyway, bedecked in jewels and finery, admired and beloved by the people, and with a whole castle to scrub to sparkling perfection. Anyway, this is how my story ends. It's so depressing, isn't it? But don't worry, this version won't stick, because no one really wants the truth. Not when the truth is ugly and the liar is beautiful.
Hey, before you click away, can we talk? Like, really talk? You just spent time with me and my story. Not 30 seconds, not a quick swipe, actual time. And that's kind of rare now, isn't it? Look, I get it. TikTok is addictive. Those quick dopamine hits, one after another. But here's the thing. Do you remember any of those videos from last week? Last month? They blur together, don't they? But a story? A real story sticks with you. It changes how you see things. Maybe after watching mine, you'll think differently about the villains in other stories. Maybe you'll question who's really telling the truth. That's what stories do. They don't just pass time, they change us.
Cinderella is an op. I am standing with Drizella. Fuck Henry. Shit. That's gonna be it today. If you like the video, there is more upcoming. There's more in the playlist. Like I said, it's gonna be over here somewhere. And you can also check out the part 1 of the story as well. I'll put it in the playlist and link it like somewhere in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you next time. Take care. Stay blessed. Be cool. I'm out.
Uma noite convocou, talvez senta ou com o popô. Uma noite convocou, talvez senta com o popô. É vapo, vapo no setor, é vapo, vapo.